Raider reaction is for mature audiences only. So if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
Fellow congregation members of the church, all people do this here, brother, as the heels rock, they trip the nose down, they skip it up with them out master. I realize that voices like this do not have a place in heaven. And I also realize that hell simply will not have them because they don't want a motherfucker like this trying to take over. Pardon my language. But it must be said.
It's another beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions in case you've had a few adult beverages or partaken in some rebel refreshments today. Let me make it easy for you. It's just down the street past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop and ask my man Joe. He's always on the corner, or at least in the vicinity. He's a gentleman and a scholar, as well as a man of commerce. Make sure you slip him what he need to, and he'll point you in the right direction. You're going to take a left and then a right. As you find yourself strolling down the street, you're going to pass a deep, dark alley to your immediate right. As you pass that alley, you're going to hit with a cool breeze that chills you right to your skeletal core. Is it the autumn wind? You goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley, Well, of course you should. Because what you'll find at the end is a special little place that we like to call Deep Behind the Enemy Line. This is Raider Reaction, and this is the official Raider Reaction post-game reaction. I just watched it. You just watched it. We all just watched it. And here we are. 2-10. Well, it was a hell of a lot closer of a game, I'm sure, than you expected, than I expected. We obviously, any given Sunday, you wanted to keep hope that there's a chance, but you can't put this one on your quarterback. You cannot lump this one upon the shoulders of Derek Carr. You had a game that at certain points of the game was attainable and winnable. In the first half, you go down, you pull the game within 6 with just over a minute left in the half, and you get the ball after half against a team that everybody expected to freight train us. And the defense just absolutely lets them walk down the field. So in the entire second half, we're chasing. And we just get right there, and then another fumble. You can't point any finger at any single running back since they all three got one. They all three put it on the ground. The offense continued to scrape, despite the fact the running core kept putting it on the ground, put up 33 points, stayed in this game. But this loss solely rests on the shoulders and the back of the defense. That was pathetic. You could not stop them. Your offense, even though they tripped over themselves and put the ball on the ground 3 times, they continued to fight back, continued to scrape and claw, and the defense could not get any substantial stop. They got the one stop in the fourth quarter on the 3-and-out that actually allowed the Raiders to get back in it and have some hope there at the end of the game. But when it was really down to it, again, the defense... it's really down to it. It's unfortunate that this was a winnable game. This was a winnable game against the number 1 seed in the AFC. I was impressed. I thought Derek Carr looked good. He moved into second on the statistical charts as an Oakland Raider quarterback. He went 29 for 38 for 285 yards and 3 touchdowns, but when your running backs put the ball on the ground 3 times and you have a defense that just absolutely... My God, how many times did Patrick Mahomes overthrow guys? How many times did Patrick Mahomes actually overthrow guys that were open? It could have been much worse at points. Scattering of some decent plays on defense. Melvin had a good play. Tahir Whitehead had some decent plays. But as a whole, they just could not stop Patrick Mahomes. Every time he rolled out and got outside the pocket, they had no answer for him scrambling or him on the move at all. Travis Kelce had the biggest game of his career. He was wide open everywhere as soon as Mahomes rolled out and got any sort of movement outside of the pocket. Once he started moving and using his legs, the defense didn't have an answer. Not enough pressure, couldn't keep him in the pocket, and it was a bad outcome. But several points in the game, it was winnable. It was right there, but you had to grasp it, and we didn't. Jalen Richard was trying to make that extra move, and he puts the ball on the ground. it's just what happens when you start to feel that desperation and you're trying to do everything you can to win a ball game, and you can tell the look that Derek Carr had at the end of the game when you seen it wasn't going to happen and it was getting away from him. He did everything in his power to win this game, and it takes a team. It takes a team when you're playing the number one seed in the AFC. It takes a team. And we didn't have a team around us today. Our defense was bad. Allowed 40 points. Bad. But what are you going to do? We're now a 2-10 team. Double-digit losses. I can't believe we're back to the days of double-digit losses. I can't believe we've relegated back to those days. Back to the double-digit losses. Another big L. Not that big L. But another big L on the season. My reaction is the same as yours. We watched a game that at several points you were like, we're almost there. We're almost there. And then the defense lets us down again. The end of the first half was probably the biggest absolute kick in the stones. You go down, you score, you get within 6, and you get the ball after half. That was probably that one was just a killer. Because right then you get that stop. And momentum shifts just a little bit. But you could just kind of feel the air let out of things right then. When you get that first score, you pull within 6, you know you get the ball after half, and then you let him run right down your throat and come right back down with just over a minute left and score. Brutal. But I seen the effort and the fight that I really liked out of Derek Carr today. I gotta say, I have really not a lot of negative things to say about Derek Carr at all today on his performance. He went 29 for 38, 285 yards and 3 touchdowns. At times, he didn't have great protection. Again, his running backs put the ball on the ground 3 times. And he just kept battling. And, hey, the audition that Derek Carr is now knee-deep in the middle of in 2018 as he's auditioning for John Gruden to be his quarterback for the foreseeable future. This game went a long way, I think, in solidifying him possibly, as being, at least in the heart of Gruden, as the man going forward. Carr was great today against a great team. Unfortunately, the rest of his team was not great against a great team. They weren't good. The defense wasn't even good against a great team. They were bad. So, it is what it is. We're 2-10. It was, I think it was more of an exciting game for our Sunday than the majority of us expected to have. I tried to be optimistic about this game, but I was worried. I'm glad that we, on a game that was primarily in the spotlight for most of the national audience, we didn't look like hot garbage. We represented well, And we battled well against the number one team in the AFC. And it is what it is. We're just not that team this year. But man, that defense was fucking bad. Really bad. Tomorrow night, same Raider time, same Raider channel, I have a big announcement. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night. But for now, it is what it is, Raider Nation. We're 2-10. We fought against the Chiefs. We fought hard, but our defense sucks. We got to fix that shit. Hopefully Gruden's got a plan. He's got a handful of magic beans. Let's see what we do with it. I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace, love. Raider Nation!